ever have to look too far. You don't have to cover up your scars. You're perfect, darling, just the way you are. So before you think to rip yourself apart, open up my heart and you'll find love, 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 love.
Good morning, everyone. So today we're gonna do a subject that we haven't talked a ton about, and that is, what about all the kids' biological family? So I know a lot of you have questions about it, and my sister from Crazy Middles, her name is Shelly, and I have been kind of talking about this concept for a little bit. So she's actually gonna do a video that's very similar. So I will put a link to hers at the end of ours, and make sure you check it out, because I'm actually really interested to watch her video too, to kind of see what her kids' thoughts are and kind of where it is with it. So a lot of you have been wondering, what if like the kids that you have adopted end up loving their biological mom more, or is there a jealousy? Each one of the kids feels a little bit different about their biological family and their relationship with them. I have talked to them ahead of time. Some of them feel comfortable talking about it, some of them don't. So only the ones that obviously feel comfortable about this topic are gonna be talking to you today about all of it. And we wanna start off kind of just telling you a couple stories of what we've learned in the process and kind of how we feel about it. I actually didn't really understand the concept until I got my very first foster kid. And I kind of heard what she had gone through. Her mom had had a mental illness, and she had been through some trauma. I was like, oh my gosh, how could she even love her mom? Like, that was my first initial thought. And then I met her mom at a meeting, and my thoughts completely changed. Here was this mom that had, a mental illness, but she loved her daughter like more than anything. And I saw that love, I saw it through visits after that, and it really started growing on my heart that these aren't necessarily bad parents. They're not necessarily these crazy, keep them away from your child. It's a part of who they are. It's a part of their heart, and no matter what they've been through, they will always at least have some kind of love for their parents and their biological family.
Sometimes their circumstances are out of their control. Like, she had a mental illness.
That was not her control.
She couldn't control it, but that's the way that it was.
Yeah, and I felt like it just made me realize that there's enough love for everyone. And if you truly love someone, you love everything about them, and that includes their biological family. As I learned this concept, and as kids came in and out of our home, it really just opened my eyes that there is enough love for everyone. I mean, I can't say that enough. And you guys have seen, we've tried to do videos where we reunite them with biological siblings and family, and I think it's a huge portion of who they are, and I think it's a very important thing. We have always preached to all of our kids since day one that family is so important. Family is number one, and that also includes their biological family, and it's everybody who's in that family circle. And I do think love also makes a family, not just blood. So when Melinda, and I know I'm not gonna go into her relationship, but she was in a very toxic relationship, and he tried to push all of her family out of her life, including us. It was very heartbreaking, not only to us, but I'm sure to her, as she's talked about, recent weeks and everything, we've been talking about it, and how sad for you to ever push a family out of a kid's life. And that's how I feel about their biological family.
For my personal experience, when I was 4 years old, my parents got divorced. By the time I reached the age of 5, my mom had gotten remarried. Now, my parents, when they got divorced, decided to remain friends throughout my childhood. So my dad would come over all the time. He lived very close, but they were like friends, and it was a little strange and a little different, but ultimately I'm happy that they were able to remain friends because I was able to keep both parents in my life. Now, there was a point in my life where I struggled with understanding, having a step parent or having another father in the picture. But as I've grown older, I've only come to realize that having a second father has been amazing. I have learned so much from both of my fathers in such separate things. It's just an amazing thing to have two amazing examples in my life to show me you know, how to do things, how to do this, how to do that. And I love the fact that I have two fathers. And so I can really relate to our adopted kids and the fact that they have another family out there. That family exists. It's not going away, but it is a part of them, and it's a part of who they are. And I think it's important that they know their heritage and where they come from and what their parents were like, and maybe to help them understand some of the decisions they made or how they handled certain situations. I think it can only benefit a child.
I think the more people in their life that love them and care for them, the better.
Absolutely. When I was growing up, it was awesome because I had 6 grandparents instead of only 4.
Awesome.
So it was a huge blessing because I got so many different Christmases. I had relatives that cared about me. I was
That's why he's a good cook and I'm not, because he had 6 grandparents and I didn't.
All of my parents are good cooks as well, so that is where I learned a lot of it.
All right, we're gonna start bringing the kids in. The first one we're gonna bring in is Alex, and we're gonna get his perspective on it. When Alex first came into our home, we knew nothing about his biological side, not names, I mean, he knew like a rough estimate of names, but they had been readopted, so he didn't know if their names had changed and all of that kind of stuff. As the years have played out, we've obviously tried to put pieces together. As you guys saw, he met his biological brother, which was the best thing ever. But kind of what's your feelings and thoughts on biological family, and how do you feel about them, and do you want a relationship? Kind of.
So for me, I guess having Josh is like more than enough. Like, I'd like to see my sister too, and I hope to, but like just having Josh was just a dream come true. It was more than I could ever ask for. And because I've always wanted an older brother, because I've always been the older brother, so I've never got to feel like the little brother. And sometimes it's fun because you get to look up to someone older, you get to walk in their footsteps, you get to be like, what would it be like to be them? So having Josh was just, it was better than anything else. And for biological parents, I'd like to meet them and like talk with them, but I don't think I'd want a relationship because I spent so long without them. Not in a bad way, I've gone without them for so long that it'd be weird for me, I guess. And I have 2 of the greatest parents ever, so I don't need any other parents.
So do you more want to meet them because you're like curious, like do they look like you, or do they feel
I
like...
want to meet them to like just, so I can know who my parents are at least. I'd probably want to be like friends, I guess.
So would you want to, if they were in if you felt like it was healthy and a good relationship, would you want to have them like in your life, like come to your birthday or
if it was,
see them
if
here
it
and
was
there?
healthy, then yes. But if it was still like
A toxic relationship.
yeah, then no.
Do you feel like a piece of your heart is like with your biological family side, or do you feel like I guess what's the right word for it? Do you feel like an instant need to like want them in your life, or is it more just curiosity?
So I've always wanted to know, cause like I'm not, okay. So for me, I've never really been like, I don't want to say jealous of everyone who knows their biological parents, but I've just been like, I guess I felt like an outsider, I guess. So it's more of like, it's something I've wanted for a long time.
It's just a piece of you, a piece of your background.
Yeah, I would just like to meet them.
We still have not found his biological parents, and as far as you saw him meet his biological brother. His biological sister is 13, and at this time the adoptive parents do not want us to have a relationship or meet her at this time, so hopefully that'll change in the future. The next person we're gonna bring in is Hannah. So Hannah is in current contact with her sister Sam, as you guys saw in one of the videos.
Now Natasha.
Oh, now Natasha is her name. But they do text on a regular basis. They can call her anytime. They do have a relationship there. And we know from Sam where her biological mom is, where Hannah's is, and we know that she has a lot of half siblings out there. And actually one really looks like her, so I thought that was really cool.
As you guys know, my mom is a stalker on Facebook.
Well, I had to know. I guess I get more curious sometimes than they do.
We were looking at her Instagram, not her Instagram, her Facebook.
Her Facebook.
We found like a girl that looked exactly like me. But so back to like if I was interested in meeting my mom.
Yeah.
So Sam has a connection with my mom, and I don't know if it's strong or.
I mean, they've been in contact, and they've gotten together
They've
quite a
gotten
few times.
Yeah. But we were actually going to meet my mom, but she said it wasn't that and it was not a good idea to meet her.
At that time.
Yeah.
And she didn't specify the specific reasons. So maybe her mom was going through something at the time that, you know, would not have made a good introduction.
So we don't know the exact situation. We just know that Sam said she doesn't feel it's in Hannah's best interest to meet her biological mom right now. And we trust her opinion because she's always looked out for Hannah. She's always had her best interests at heart.
But like I am like kind of just interested to like see if like she looks like me and see if my siblings, but like I don't think I would really like want a connection with her. Like I don't think I would like, I don't know.
If you're happy with the place, I think a lot of the kids are so happy with the place that they're currently at that they don't feel a need to want to reach out for something else. But I do think it's still a piece of them and still your history and heritage.
Something else too is I think a lot of it is determined by age. You know, Hannah is 14, Alex is 17, so they've gone a lot of their life now without that biological family. And it's been long enough that they probably don't feel it's a necessary connection, but I'm sure they're curious.
Is that how you feel?
Yeah, I feel like she kind of wants to like meet me because Sam said that she like always asks, but like.
And how does that make you feel?
I was like, well, I just don't understand why she would ask because like she never really cared in the first place, so like why does she care now? You know?
I can understand why you feel that way. I do think that she cares and that she loves you. I do think that in Hannah's case, I think there was drugs involved, so there's addictions, which addiction is kind of like a disease. I mean, it's something that can overtake someone's life and they can still love and care about their kids, but they can't break that addiction at the same time. So it's a difficult situation.
So I also don't really like know who my dad is, my biological dad is, and I don't at this moment I don't have like a desire to meet him. So like maybe in the future, but like not right now. So
because she has such a good dad.
yeah. And a good mom.
All right, we're gonna bring the next kid in, which is Ariana. So Ariana, as far as we know, has a biological sister and a biological brother out there, and then obviously her parents. We don't know who her biological dad is, and even through 23andMe, we've never figured that one out. But as you guys saw, she did get to talk to her biological mom, and we were able to reach out to her and talk with her, which was really amazing. So how do you feel? Let's start with your siblings actually, because recently her sister reached out to her, and her sister is now 18, so that's exciting. But how do you feel about having a relationship? Do you miss her? Like,
I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like it'd be nice to have a relationship with her just so like I have some biological, like, so I know some of my
a biological tie.
Yeah, yeah,
I think.
yeah. But I mean, I wouldn't want a relationship with any of my biological family, like if they weren't like doing good.
If it wasn't a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
That's good.
And if they weren't making good choices.
Would you want to meet your biological mom right now, or would you want to wait till you're older?
Well, seeing that like it's been a year since, almost a year?
Yeah.
Almost a year since like I last called her. I mean, I don't know like how she's doing, and I don't know like what's going on. I mean, like if we were to like start like talking like over text and I felt like things were going good with her, then maybe, but I don't know.
So sometimes it's really difficult because I think when foster kids first come into your home, or even adoptive kids, sometimes they're like, is having a relationship with my biological family, is that like cheating on my parents, or is that like gonna make them feel bad? And I know Ariana's expressed like, do I call her mom? Is that okay? Because I call you mom and it's this weird, like kind of an awkward thing.
Yeah.
But I told Ariana when she was telling me that, I was like, listen, like, I'm okay with you calling us both mom. Like, that's what we are. Even if it's adoptive mom or birth mom or biological, we are mom at the end of the day. And I'm okay with it, and you don't have to feel bad about it. Like, I'm okay with you having a relationship with her if that's what you choose to do. I do want it to be healthy, obviously, and in a good place, but I feel like it would be a good thing. All right, the next one we're gonna bring in is Jake. So as you guys saw, Jake met his biological sister. He's been in contact with her, can call her, text her anytime he wants to. And as far as like his brother and other siblings, we don't currently have contact with them, but we would like to in the future. So how do you feel about like your biological mom and dad, and do you want a relationship, and kind of what are your thoughts?
I kind of want to like see them again and like get to meet them, get to know them more and stuff.
Do you feel like it's like a piece of you is with them, or it's like part of your background? Do you ever miss them?
I miss them sometimes, and yeah, like I know they're still with me. I know that that they could like, that they hear me and stuff, so yeah.
We don't have any contact with his biological mom, and I don't know her number or any of her information. But when this pandemic and everything that's going on is over, we will continue to search out their biological family and make those connections. I'm excited for that. I love that, and I love you guys having connections and bringing that past back. Brody does not kind of understand. He's not old enough to kind of get the whole picture. Brody is an only child as far as I know. But we did meet Brody's biological dad through the courts and through the different things. I actually gave his dad my personal phone number and said, anytime you want to be involved in his life, you want to come to birthday parties, do anything, give me a call. I would love for that to happen. And he has chosen never to call. So the number that I had is disconnected, so I have no way in getting a hold of him. But his dad, I actually really liked and got along with really good. He is a war veteran and suffers from PTSD. And so he's gone through a lot, and I have a lot of respect and love for that, and that's why I gave him my number, and hopefully someday he will call and want to be involved. I never met his biological mom, and she never went to any of the courts, so I don't know who she is.
For Aurora, she sees her biological mom constantly because we're always, Jamie used to live with us, but now we still see her, well, not during the pandemic, but we still see her very regularly.
And they FaceTime, and I want to really foster their relationship because I think that it's important, and there is a bond there that I absolutely love. I love it when they get to see each other and be together and all of that. As far as her biological dad, we don't talk about that one. It's not a good situation. We talked about it in one video in the past, but we even said in that video we won't talk about it in the future. So that is as far as that one goes. And the other really cool thing though is we are going to be seeing Aurora's biological grandpa, I guess, Jamie and Melinda's dad. As soon as the pandemic and everything is over, he is actually wanting to move to Arizona. I don't know if it's gonna happen or it's gonna work out the way that I hope that it does, but at the very least, Aurora will get to meet her grandpa for the first time, which will be an amazing experience. So I'm really looking forward to that.
He has talked to her on the phone, but she was pretty young and I don't think she understood, but
yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any other questions, feel free to comment them down below and we will try to address them throughout videos and as much as we can. This is kind of a complicated situation, and as you saw, some of the kids were, I don't know if I want a relationship or I don't or I do, but we just want to make sure that all of our kids feel comfortable and we want to foster the relationships as much as they want to have. So it's totally up to them and it's their choice at this point. But make sure you check out the Crazy Middles vlog, and they did a very similar topic, and I can't wait to watch theirs too. And we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.